Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. I think we can start now. We have good number of persons. We are going to 250. You are welcome to today's facilitation. Last week, we examined reading and comprehending narrative and expository tests. We also looked at the characteristics of these different types of tests. Today, we are going to another type of test that we'll come across, and that is non-verbal and scientific tests. So, for today, we are dealing with reading, non-verbal, and scientific tests. We must remember that reading and comprehension go together, just like reading or listening and comprehension are related. If you don't listen, you will not comprehend. The same way, if you don't read, you will not comprehend. So for you to comprehend effectively, you need to know how to maneuver, how to understand the symbols, the graphics that you have. So today we are looking at, as I said before, reading, non-verbal, and scientific tests. Now, when we talk about non-verbal, we are simply referring to the fact that it is possible to communicate or to pass information across without using words. Rather, we'll make use of figures, formula, or diagrams. So, non-verbal test refers to the communication of information in form of figures, formula, symbols, tables, diagrams. That's what non-verbal are. While, of course, we know that verbal test simply means those tests created using words, written words. Then, scientific test. Scientific test, most time, we make use of both non-verbal and verbal tests in their communication. Now we are looking at module 4. We are looking at module 4, unit 3 and 4. And that's what we are looking at. So we want to look at the characteristics of a scientific test. We want to differentiate scientific tests from non-scientific tests. Should be able to identify these characteristics and to identify the characteristics of scientific tests. And you should be able to comprehend non-verbal tests as well as comprehend scientific tests. Now, to comprehend passages with tables, symbols, and figures, that is the passages which we refer to as non-verbal passage. So, to comprehend passages written in form of tables, symbols, or figures, you will need to read carefully. You need to pay attention to the diagram, to the figures presented, and compare with the content. Please note that even though we talk about non-verbal tests, there will be little verbal, there will be little words. Few words will be there. Doesn't mean that there will be no words at all. No, there will be some words there. So when you are reading such a passage, you will need to relate the table with the content of the passage. The few words have been written. Then you will now watch the way, observe the way the data are presented on the table, and then you relate the data to the ideas which are presented in words. So you have words, but very few words. You have more of tables, figures, symbols, and all that. Now, so when you relate the table or the diagram or the symbols or the figures, you relate them to the words, to the idea presented in words, then you will now need to merge the two together, then interpret and draw your inferences or conclusion. But as you do this, you must be patient and study the table very well. You don't rush when you are reading non-science, what is it called? When you are reading verbal tests, non-verbal tests, you don't rush. You will need to take your time, be able to look at the patterns, the trend, and the view being presented in form of diagram, in form of passages. Less passage, but more of diagram, figures, and formulas. A good example where you have the use of figures, diagram, and formula is scientific tests. Scientific tests, unlike non-scientific tests. So most academic activities are actually science-based. They are science-based because these days we live in a world of technology and ICT. We have multimedia communication. Even the phone we use is scientific based. And when you are being given when you buy a new phone, you want to know how to use the phone, you read the instruction, you see you'll be giving diagrams about the phone. You buy any new equipment in the house, even your laptop, your television, any of them, it will be presented, the usage will be presented in form of diagram, supported with few words. That's what we refer to as scientific tests. So when we talk about science, we are referring to this. But why do we have the knowledge of the world around us? We need to read the scientific text in order to gain knowledge of the world around us. We need to read in order to know how to operate the byproduct, as I said before, of scientific inventions. Then we need to also read scientific texts for growth and development of our environment, our society. We must understand scientific principles, the theories, the laws, and operations that are common to us. For those of us who are not in sciences, certainly we must also come across some scientific principles which you know, which you need to read, like in our phones or book. Now let's look at the structure and style of scientific tests. Now, scientific tests integrate verbal and non-verbal forms. That is, verbal words and non-verbal words. That's one thing you must know. It makes use of verbal and non-verbal forms. The most scientific tests are formal. I suppose by now we know what we mean by formal. When we say a passage is a formal test, what do we expect? Yes, I need to ask this question now. I'm going to make the place available for us to talk. Quickly tell me what you mean when we say something is official or formal test. What do we mean when we talk about formal test? You are going to type it in the chat box to just tell me characteristics of formal test, formal passage. Chat for me. Characteristics or what we mean by formal. When you say a passage is formal, a test is formal, what's the difference between formal and informal? Straightforward and professional. Thank you. It doesn't use abbreviation or slang. Very important. It does not use abbreviation or slang. No use of friendly language. Thank you. Don't tell story. It's a formal passage, application test, official. Concise. Formal tests are okay. Precise and concise. Thank you very much. Yes, you have. Let me quickly look through what we have sent. Yes, we have things like open test. What do you mean by open test? It is real. Oh, okay, real. It's factual. Some rules are observed. Yes, thank you. Addressed to someone who is not intimate. Ah, you are looking at letter. It doesn't have to be letter now. Okay, you're looking at letter writing. Official, it is precise and concise. Yes, straight to the point. Format are usually official without the use of friendly stories. Okay, open test. It's meant for information. Even non-verbal, even non-official, they are also meant for information. There's no use of slang. Yes. Yes. Concise. Yes. Formal passage, they don't tell story. Yes. They are official. It doesn't use abbreviation or slang. Thank you. It is straightforward and professional. Thank you very much. So we know what we are talking about, and we know what we mean when we talk about formal. So when we say scientific texts are formal tests, we know what that means. It means it will not make use of, it's not a friendly tone. It means it will avoid the use of unnecessary abbreviation. It makes use of contraction. It will not use contraction, but there are some abbreviations and symbols allowed because they are scientific texts. So scientific texts are formal. Then word economy, another character structure is economy of words. That is, few words are used to say so much. Few words are used to say so much. That is why they use diagrams, symbols, and all. And so there's use of symbols or formula. You have a good example in your course material of scientific tests where you have been given some formula where you have F equals to G FM 1 over R2. That's an example of a symbol or formula. So you have an example in your course material. Then it's made use of modification. Modification of using OF, off modification. That is, you have 1 kilogram of force, or the masses of the particle. There's use of dash 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 of. We call them of modification. So it makes use of that. Makes use of modification. Then it makes use of passive construction. We've talked about this before. That is, the formula was proposed independently. It don't usually will tell you who said it or who did it. That's passive, how passive comes in. And then scientific tests will make use of measurement. Measurement, make use of measurement. For example, you have kilogram, gram, or teaspoon, or centimeter, millimeter, square area, and all that. Those are all signs of scientific tests. So note that because scientific tests are official, they are formal, rather. I like to use the word formal. Scientific tests are mostly formal, and as such, they are straightforward, as some of you have pointed out, precise, and they are direct, go straight to the point. Now, it will combine verbal and non-verbal forms. No ambiguity. That is, ambiguity means something that have more than one meaning. No, it goes straight. It makes it straightforward and easy to understand. So it's not, no ambiguity and no exaggeration. No exaggeration in scientific text. Now, scientific text, as we said, is straight to the point, so it lacks circumlocution. That is going round and round before making a point, as we do in narrative text. No, scientific text will not do that. It goes straight to the point. It will not do that. Also, scientific text does not contain sentiments. That's your feelings or your opinions. No. It does not contain the opinion of the writer or having a sentiment or feeling. No. It is purely and highly objective. Scientific text is highly objective. And so it lacks impersonal pronouns. Most times, they don't use impersonal pronouns. So you will not, you will hardly see the use of I or we or me, mine, and you. That is avoiding impersonal pronouns. They are avoided. And because of avoiding impersonal pronouns, that is why you have passive construction. I can say we conducted the experiment and discovered that salt sugar solution can help someone who is purging. Rather, you get, it was discovered that the use of salt, sugar, and water solution can help someone who is purging. They will not remove we. That's what we mean by lack of impersonal pronouns and the use of passive. It's very important to know that. Now, one other thing that is very conversant and strong with scientific tests is the use of technical terms, which we also call jargons. Please note that jargons is not something bad. No. Jargon is a term used to refer to technical terms in different areas of endeavor. So, science will make use of a lot of technical terms, like you talk about exam glucose, whatever it means, they know it. You hear dehydration, phosphorus, and then amidoquine, and all those, laboratory diagnosis. These are all, they will use technical terms in science, in scientific tests. We'll call these jargons. If the write-up is meant for the general public, then the writer will need to now explain the scientific test, the scientific jargon that is being used, the jargon being used. Otherwise, usually you will have that scientific tests have a lot of jargons in them. Plenty, they make use of it. You hear the medical person talking about cardiac arrest. In Greek, you hear about chemicals or names of chemical will be mentioned. They talk about, even in building, you talk about curing and leaving the thing to cure. And others, different areas have their own scent, they have their own terminology, which we will refer to as jargons. So scientific tests, they are unique, makes a lot of, it makes your both verbal and non-verbal forms of communication, no ambiguity, no exaggeration, no circumlocution, that is going round and round before making a point. It makes use of a lot of modification, that is off phrases. 1 liter of oil, 3 cups of salt, 3 levels, these are all scientific discussion. Then makes of passive construction, I've said that to you, and it makes of measurement, measurement. And of course, few words are used to say so much. Few words, that's how you get diagrams in them, or formulas, or charts and tables. Make you say so much, unlike other type of tests. So we have seen what we mean by scientific tests, their characteristics. We have also discussed about non-verbal. We try to differentiate between verbal and non-verbal tests. I'm going to give you opportunity to ask questions based on what you have done so far and what you have read. For those of you who want to ask questions, you will need to video yourself. Please don't unmute yourself until I allow you to unmute yourself. And unless you video yourself, I will not acknowledge you to ask questions. So you need to video yourself if you want me to acknowledge you to ask question. The first person I'm seeing is Moses Usang. Moses, unmute yourself and ask your question.
Doctor, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, but we can't see your face. We're only seeing the trees.
Can't
see your face.
As you can always say, I am from a bush. I am under a bush.
So we are all from the bush, don't worry. It's because I'm in the office.
And I'm studying from the forest, man.
Don't worry, we are all from the forest. Just that I'm in the office. Okay?
Doctor, last week I find it difficult to get you. I asked a question based on the difficulties I'm having. You know, I'm a novice to these to the studies for now. I'm a new intake.
Okay.
Though based on the network disabilities, I couldn't get you. So, but today you when you were talking about chat, the chat was disabled. I couldn't contribute. There was no contribution made by me. So that's. I mean, on chat processes, I could not contribute.
Sorry. Okay. I don't normally leave it for too long. Okay, so let's hear your contribution.
No, I think that the difficulties I'm having, that's what I'm saying. And again, please, doctor, in case of, you know, at times we record lapses based on the work or activities, don't be offended. I am still having difficulties on how to go to my my mandate to get some recording in case I miss some of these things. You know, it's not every time I do have time to attend your lectures anyway.
Of course, not only you, many people don't have time to attend the lecture continuously. So you are saying you have not been able to have access to past videos.
To pass videos, yes. I don't know. I don't, you know.
You go on your platform.
And the last time I did, no way, man.
Could it be the network? Okay, are you on the Telegram? Are you on the Telegram group?
I am not. I am, you know, though it was after registration, I was told that before you start this school, you ought to have enrolled in a computer, whatever. So I am still trying to see if I will be able to be acquainted to all these things.
If you enroll in computer, it's just that you must have idea of computer for you to follow up what we are doing. Because you see, most things computerized, like your lecture now, even your exam is going to be computerized exam. So you must know how to do simple things on the computer so that you will not be lost. That's just it. Okay, so you don't have Telegram.
I don't have. Okay, I need to download, ma.
No, if you have Telegram, We have a Telegram platform. I would have said, let me post the things on the Telegram. There are some things I've posted on the Telegram that would have helped you. But if you're not on the Telegram, then you cannot watch what you have posted.
So, doctor, what's the advice as the exams is fast approaching based on what they are telling us? So I don't know if I should, by the time I activate Telegram, will I still meet up, ma?
If you activate the Telegram, it's only for Gst101. You will only meet some things that are posted there.
Okay.
That will help.
Although the next question is that I don't know. This one does not concern you, but I don't know if I could have I can have an idea from you, a borrowed idea. Like it's only about 4 of you that have been attending this out of the 9 courses. Oh, no, you know, some of the I don't know what to say. It's only you, the other doctor in 107 and 105. I think respectively, those are the only people I've been attending. I don't know where others have been doing. They are
just suggest this to you.
yes,
you know you are supposed to read your materials, your course
yeah,
material.
I do.
You read and then you try to do the self-assessment exercises there, which is testing the level of your understanding.
Okay.
You will now know how much you've understood. So that by the time you have questions, you'll be able to answer them. I don't know why those ones did not turn up for their facilitation, but we are all supposed to facilitate. We're all supposed to interact with the student. But don't let that one discourage you. Still read and then form a group amongst your classmates. If you are doing science now, that if you are studying international relations, find a way you can get person studying international relations. You can now interact. Create a platform for yourself. Maybe WhatsApp, maybe Telegram, depending on where you are. That's how to solve the problem.
No, I'm in Uyo Study Center, man.
You are where?
Uyo Study Center. Uyo, Akwa Ibom State.
So you can create, and you can meet there. Do you understand?
Naturally, I think. Yes, ma'am.
That's how to help yourself. Get other persons in your program around your vicinity. People can now meet and interact. That will help you.
Doctor, I'm very grateful. Thank you, ma. Thank you, ma.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yes, ma. Thank you.
Williams, are you ready? Williams, Faith, are you ready? Unmute yourself and ask your question. Good afternoon.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the class. I enjoyed your class for like 2 times. I've joined your class. I've been enjoying it. But my question is, ma'am, this number and scientific test, I want to throw on it, ma'am.
You said what?
Please, ma'am, I want you to throw more light on non-verbal and scientific tests.
What do you mean by throw more light? Ask specific question. What is non-verbal test?
I don't
understand
it. Huh? I don't understand it. I don't understand it truly all.
What is verbal? What is verbal? She has disappeared and she asked questions. Are you distracted? What is verbal? Let's take it from that angle. Who can tell us what is verbal? Type it for us. Chat. Please respond to that question. What do you mean by verbal or non-verbal? I'm waiting. Let somebody type it for us. Spoken words, no. Okay, verbal, spoken. No, it doesn't have to be spoken. Something said by mouth has to do with orals. Okay. When we talk about verbal, we are saying the use of words. Thank you very much. Marvelous. Yes. It simply means the use of words. So when we talk about verbal, it's referred to communicating information using words. That's verbal forms. Now, non-verbal means communicating information not using words, but using diagram. symbols, formulas, and all that. That's what you mean. So you don't know what is non-verbal.
Okay. I understand now.
So you are okay. Okay, thank
yes,
God.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Okonta, Adeze, unmute yourself and ask your question. Okonta, Adeze.
Good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon, dear. Yes,
I heard the first question that the other man asked. I wanted to know how we could join the Telegram group.
This Telegram group that I've been posting every time. You mean some persons still have not joined? Okay, before the end of this facilitation, I will post the Telegram link for you to join. Is that okay?
Okay, ma. Thank you.
You're welcome. Musa Ibrahim, unmute yourself and ask your question.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
I think I've gotten the answer to what I'm looking for, because a sister have just asked the question now about joining the Telegram and other people. I'm okay, thank you.
Thank you. So let me go to somebody else.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Ochefe, unmute yourself. Ochefije.
Yes.
Ochefije, unmute yourself and ask your question.
Okay. Good afternoon, doctor.
Good afternoon.
Sorry, I actually missed the class from the beginnings. So, though I'm not asking you to repeat the whole thing from the beginning for me, because I know you can't do that again.
No, I won't do that.
I just want to know the main topic you lectured today, so that I can go back on my course.
Okay. What the topic we have done today is reading and comprehending non-verbal and scientific tests. You will find it in Module 4, Unit 3 and 4.
Okay. Thank you, doctor.
You're welcome. Matthew, unmute yourself and ask your question.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, the last person has just asked the question I wanted to ask, because I'm
looking for you. I can't see you again. Okay.
I dropped my hand down when he asked the question. Yeah, it's the same
question.
Okay,
that's good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Olatoye Joseph, unmute yourself and ask your question.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I actually want to ask about the Telegram.
Somebody have asked it already, so no need. Let's give room for another person. Once somebody have answered ask your question, please you put your hand down and give room to others. Moses, I thought you have asked question before. Let me come to, who is this? Igbo Wesa. Enekom. She's even busy talking. Stephanie Blessing. Stephen Blessing, unmute yourself and ask your question.
Good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon.
Okay, I just want to help that man that's asked question was saying that I did not know how to go about the pre-recorded video. So there is this app. It's called Module app. So you can download it on the Play Store. You download it, so then you register. So what the course is offering will be there. So the facilitation time also will be there. So when there's a class ongoing, they notify that there's a class ongoing. They can even do all his courses. The ones that the content are taking there. So you should just download the app on Play Store, then register. You should register on the for you to see what website to go and look for cartoons and recorded video.
I hope the person is listening. Okay. Thank you very much, Blessing, for that comment and assistance. Do you have any question?
Yes, ma. No, ma. Yes, ma. I did not get the definition of the scientific test.
Scientific test?
Definition. Yes, ma.
So it does not have definition. It's just an explanation. Scientific tests are those tests that will make use of verbal and non-verbal words. And they use abbreviation. It has characteristics that we listed out. It's not just a one definition like that. It's just for you to know their characteristics to identify them. They don't use too much words. They are economy of words, the mix of economy of words, mix of symbols and all that.
All right.
Okay, you're welcome. Are you ready now? Enekom, I tried to call you before, you were not listening. You were busy. Igo Weme, Enekom, unmute yourself and ask your question.
Good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. We can't hear you again. What happened? You've mute yourself. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Ask your question now. Unmute yourself. Okay, we may have to come back to you.
Can you hear me now? I've unmuted myself. Hello? I've unmuted myself. Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me?
What is telling me that the rent will expire 6 years ago? But I'm not when you pay you. So rather issue of why if you go to the right come back. It's there.
Akachuku actually ask you to unmute yourself and ask your question. Where is the person safe? I've sent the link to the platform. Randy, unmute yourself and ask your question.
Good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon.
All right, ma. Actually, this is my first time of attending your class. I really want to say it's interesting anyway. I would love to do more of this. So my question is,
unfortunately, we are coming to the end of it. It's 8 weeks. It's 8 weeks facilitation, but not to worry. Just go onto your NOUN platform page. Okay. Go to the page for Gst101. If you scroll down, you will see previous facilitation recorded. You click week by week. All the weeks are there, plus the passcode and the link. You can watch gradually. And then you can also join the Telegram page to help you look at some things we have sent. I've sent the Telegram page. I hope people have seen it. Okay.
I will check for the Telegram page. Thank you very much, ma. This is just my link. Okay. I will look through for it. Thank you very much, ma.
This is my question now. Okay, ask your question, please.
Yeah, my question is just your explanation. I wanted to ask, how can I get repeated video of your lecture so that I can go through it? That was just my question.
It's on the platform. It's on the platform.
Yes, all right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
God bless.
Thank you.
Okay. Those who want to join, I've sent the link with which you can join the Telegram. Yahweh, unmute yourself and ask your question.
Good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon.
Nice to meet you, ma.
Thank you.
Although I came late, but I enjoy your class today.
Thank you.
I want you to give me more light about this Newton's law of universal gravitation.
I don't understand.
Newton's law of universal gravitation.
How can I give you an explanation on that? It's a passage that you have read for you to practice how to understand scientific tests. Okay. You are supposed to read that passage, and it's an example of scientific passage. If you look at that passage, it has symbols, it has formulas, and it has some of the characteristics of scientific tests that we have pointed out. It's just an example for you. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Yes, man. Also, ma, you talk about this characteristic.
You say what?
The characteristic of scientific tests. I did not see them yet.
If they are there, how can you not see them there? There is the use of modification of OF off. There is use of symbols, which we have just talked about. They are there. There are many of the characteristics there. It means you don't know how to pick them out. Even if you go below the book, because material also helps you to pick examples of them. Please do your reading. Don't wait for the lecture or the facilitator to do everything for you. If you go below, you will see the explanation, and you will see examples of the different characteristics picked out in the passage for you.
Okay, ma. Thank you, ma.
Your work. Sunday, unmute yourself and ask your question. Our time is gone. Once it's time, I'm going to stop.
Good evening, ma.
Good evening.
Sorry, my question was I joined the class very late, so I don't know whether you can give me the area we take our lecture for today, so that
you will go back and watch the recorded version, and then you will get it. Go back and watch.
Okay, ma. Thank you, ma.
Recorded version, then you will get what we have done. Allow that. your question. Can you unmute yourself, Francis?
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
This is actually my first time, and I really appreciate the lecture, though I joined very late as well. I was having a challenge trying to join with use my laptop, and I think the passcode there that I saw was saying passcode protected. Yes, I tried using it, but I couldn't connect until I went back. I remember I downloaded this app module. I quickly connected. For future terms, is there a particular passcode that I'm supposed to know, or is just what I see there? Passcode protected.
It's what you see there. It's what you see on the mail that I sent.
Okay.
The passcode on the mail. Okay. Then, even though you came late, we are posting the record. We are recording what we are doing now. You will be able to watch the recorded version later on.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I appreciate that.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Oladele, unmute yourself and ask your question.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
My question is like, I'm finding that to simulate when I'm reading. So I don't know how you can help to put me to be able to assimilate, ma'am.
Were you there when we did listening and comprehension?
No, this is my first time, ma'am. I've not been...
That is the problem. You see, you missed the previous class where we have talked about how people can comprehend when they read and when they listen. You need to go and watch the past videos to help you. I can't go through that again, please. Go and watch the past videos and that will help you. Is that okay?
Yes, my is the link on the I'm not saying you can chat or watch. Because
you said what?
The link to Telegram.
I've sent the link. You've not seen it?
I've not seen it. I've not seen it.
Check. I don't know why you did not see it. I've sent it again. I don't know why people have not seen it.
Yes, just stop it now.
Okay.
Thank you so very much, ma. Thank you, ma.
You're welcome. Effiong Courage, unmute yourself and ask your question. Courage. Unmute yourself and ask your question. Courage, unmute yourself. We don't have time. Unmute yourself and ask your question.
Good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon.
I wanted to ask about the link, but you just sent the link now.
Okay, so let me go to somebody else. Victoria. Victoria, unmute yourself. She has also disappeared.
I'm here, ma.
Okay.
Okay. Good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Sorry, I'm just joining your class for the first time. Nice to meet you, ma.
Thank you. No problem. Just go and watch the past recording.
I'm trying to even past recording. I am still struggling with it.
Why?
I don't know. I have tried to check on the portal, the app, the portal. I can't say it there. And I just joined the Telegram.
Portal for Gst101.
Yes, ma'am.
Then you scroll down. Okay. You will see past recording.
Okay, ma. No.
It's already past 4. What are you, Victor? Have you finished? I think we finished with Victoria.
Yeah, I'm not yet done, man. Like I'm still searching for it. I've not seen it. So I should we've not finished talking when the thing went off.
So you cannot still find it?
Yes, ma. You said I should go down.
You may need to find somebody around you to help you, either at the center or so. But we have always posted the past recording, and I have them up to date on there. Okay. They can also join the Telegram group so you can see what we've posted in the past. That too will help you. That's okay. Let me quickly go to somebody else. Actually, our time is... Julius, unmute yourself and ask your question. Julius.
Hello, ma.
Hello.
Good afternoon, ma. Yes, thanks for the lecture. So it was
Somebody
a nice
has to
one.
unmute himself or herself, and your background is noisy. Please, will you stop that? Who is that person? You have unmute yourself. Continue, Julius.
Hello.
Yes,
ma'am. So it was nice to be in this unit chat. So my question is that you've almost answered all the questions we want to ask, because most of us came late to the class. It's not that we came, but we registered late. So the lecture has been going for a very long time. So giving us the link. So we now have the link to Telegram. So
your voice is cracking.
it's just for us to go to the Telegram and see the preview.
Okay.
Hello, ma.
I say it's okay now. Since you know how to solve the issue, go on to the Telegram, go on to past recording, and then you follow up.
All right, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Yes, ma'am.
Somebody is making it noisy now because I've allowed the room to unmute yourself. That is why somebody is now disturbing us. Idris, unmute yourself and ask your question. Rukaya. Idris, unmute yourself and ask your question.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Yes, the link that you have just sent. I want to join the Telegram group, but I can't see anything in my chat group.
I don't know why you can't see it. And I've sent it. And people have been joining from my own end. I can see people joining. So the issue may be from your side. It may be from your side. Many people have joined since I posted it. There's nothing I can do about it.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
The issue will be from your side. I've posted and many people have joined. People are still joining. And you say you cannot see it. I don't know why. I've posted it again. I've posted it 3 times today now. Okay, Shitu, let me give you opportunity since you're still videoing yourself. Unmute yourself and ask your question.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Sorry, ma'am. This is my question. In our course materials, I can see some mathematics ratio in the passage. So I just want to ask some mathematics ratio, like a mathematics formula in the passage given to our course materials. So I want to ask, in a formal letter, is it acceptable to write something like that?
Is that a formal letter?
No, I'm just asking, ma'am.
Excuse me. The passage is it a letter?
No, ma'am, just a normal novel passage.
How will you talk about having it in a formal letter? It depends on what you are writing. If you are writing a letter that has to do with scientific issue and requires formula, you will put it. But if you are not, why put it?
Okay, ma'am. That's thanks so much, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. Festus, unmute yourself and ask your question. Waiting for you. Quickly. Yes, what's the problem? After Festus, we have Barua, Shaid Ademola. After that, we have Daniel Ogoro. After that, we have Yakubu Basarat. And at that point, I will stop. Festus, we are waiting for you. I will go to somebody else. Say, unmute yourself. You don't know what to do, we'll come back to you. Let me go to Barua Said. Barua, unmute yourself and ask your question quickly.
Good afternoon, doctor.
Good afternoon.
Thanks for the lecture and everything. I just left my corporate. I just left my workplace and I just joined not up to 10 minutes, sha. So I'm so unlucky. I just want to catch up on 1 or 2. I don't know where to start from.
Okay. What you will do, you will go to Module 4, Unit 3 and 4, and read. That's where we worked on today. Apart from that, we are going to post the recorded version. Once we post the recorded version, you can now watch what we have done today. Is that okay?
Yeah, ma, but at least I just want to, before the end of the, I just want to catch up on 1 or 2 along with you. You know, I learned some reading and comprehending skills from you. So the little time, I just want to see what I can.
Okay, so what's your question?
Now is that, I mean, you say I should go on Module 4, like, that's all I need.
Unit 3 and 4.
Okay.
Module 4, Unit 3 and 4. That's all we did today. About reading and comprehending non-verbal and scientific tests.
Unit 3.
Samples they gave to you there. Look at the samples and you'll be able to pick out the characteristics of how it is done. Is that okay?
Okay, ma. Thank you very much, ma. Thank you. I got it. Thank you.
Who is the next person? Daniel. Daniel, you are the next? No? Did I acknowledge Daniel before? I did not. He was not videoing himself that time. Yakubu, unmute yourself and ask your question. Oh yeah.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
I'm just joining a lecture for the first time. But
Okay.
I've gone through of the lectures, the previous one they posted on the listing.
Thank you. You're able to have access to it.
Yes.
Good.
It's the same question I want to ask. I want to know the lecture they work on today. But since you say it's module 4 and unit 3 and 4, so I'll go through it.
Okay.
I'll go through it, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Somebody has been able to have access to it. So I don't understand why those people say cannot have access to it. Now, Daniel, are you ready? I want to end this class. I'm waiting for you. Daniel, you cannot unmute yourself. Daniel Festus is who I'm talking to, not Daniel Ogoro. Okay, let me go to Daniel Ogoro. Daniel Ogoro, unmute yourself and ask your question since your namesake is not ready.
Okay, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Yes, I just want to make a comment concerning the live recording. I was wondering why people say they can't access it. I just want to give a tip. At the end of every link, there is a passcode. So they should write the passcode down. So when they enter, it will demand for passcode. So that passcode is what you will use to enter. At the end of every link, there is a passcode there. So I just want to let people know it works. I've gone through all and I saw that everything works. That's why I'm calling to let them know.
Thank you very much. You have encouraged because I was wondering. Yourself and the other last speaker have encouraged me that they've been able to watch and have access to all. So others, please do the same thing. This other Daniel is having issues. So with that, we are going to end the class. It's already 12 minutes after 4. So I've done overtime, which I will be paid for. So please, for those who still have questions, I always tell you that I have the Telegram page for you to ask questions on Friday or Saturdays. But when I turn it on, nobody comes to ask questions or make comments. And so the thing is just there for fashion. I don't know why. We're supposed to interact on the Telegram page, questions and comments on Fridays or Saturday. But when I open it, I don't see any. I just see people just greeting me. That's all. So we're ending this class now. Class has come to an end. By next week will be our last facilitation. And so get prepared. Next week is actually revision, not a new topic. It's just going to be revision, not new topic. So please get prepared. Why are you raising up your hand? All this time I ask people to ask questions, you did not raise up your hand. No, my time is far gone. I spent 15 SS time with you. What are you doing? You want to ask questions? Ask the question on Telegram page. Barua, what is it? Oh yeah, unmute yourself and ask your question.
Ma, thank you, ma. Next week Friday is next week Friday. This week Friday, right? You said next week is the next class, ma.
It's on next week, Monday.
Oh, I thought you said Friday.
What I only said, I will open the Telegram on Friday or Saturday for us to interact. Yes. And you were frantically putting your hand. Look at more persons begging now. I want to go. Isaac, unmute yourself and ask your question. My data is finishing.
Good evening, madam.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. I really enjoy your lecture. I'm joining your lecture for the very first time. Your lecture is so fascinating. I really enjoyed it, madam.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I want to appreciate Mr. Daniel, the last person that said that he has access to the previous videos. Is the question that I actually wanted to ask. I'm having issues with the code. Whenever I wanted to impute the code, I copy it out. When it requests for code, when I threw the code back, it will tell me wrong code. And as a result of this, I've been unable to access the previous videos, man.
Did you copy it or you do copy and paste?
That's my question.
Did you do copy paste?
Ma?
You know what is copy and paste?
Yes, ma.
Is that what you did, or you just wrote it out? Did you type it out?
Yes, I typed it. I wrote. I used pen.
If you type it out, there's every possibility for you to make mistake. It's better to highlight, you copy, and go to where you want it and paste it. Then it should be correct. That's the mistake many of you are making, I think. Do you understand?
Okay. Okay, madam.
Once you go to where you have been given the link and the passcode, before you leave the place, highlight the passcode, those numbers given and the symbols and all. Highlight it, copy it, then click on the link. When you now click on the link, you'll be asked to put the passcode. You will now paste it from your browser or something and click it to open. But if you write it out and type it, you will make mistake.
Okay, madam.
You won't know whether it is small letter or capital letter, and all those small symbols there, you make mistake. That's the problem you're having.
Okay, madam. Okay. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you, ma.
You're welcome. Okay, so with that, we'll come to the end of the class for today. We meet next week, Monday. Before then, I will open the Telegram page on Friday or Saturday for us to interact, for those who will want to interaction. So, goodbye. See you next